Hi guys, welcome. Before I start talking too much, I would like to invite you to join me for a moment of coming back home to yourself. Because I was sitting here and I've had this topic on my mind for a few days, and I tried recording it the other day and I wasn't quite in place. So I'm going to do it again because I want to be home, connected. I want to sit with myself when I'm doing this. And because this is actually the topic I wanted to share as well. The topic of coming home, sitting with yourself, finding that inner peace. So I invite you, if you like, you can close your eyes. Just sit and notice where you are. Notice the surface of your chair or whatever it is that you're sitting or standing or lying against. Feel it, feel your body on it, feel the weight of your body. And then, I have a dog here, by the way. That's the noise. See if you can just ask yourself this question. What does it feel like to be you? Where are you? In here, in your heart, in your center. I'm pointing to the heart because I feel there's a seed there. It's the essence. It contains the essence of what it feels like to be you. And there's nothing right or wrong in any of what you're feeling. And only you can ever know this. That's the trick and that's the beauty of it. There's no right or wrong. Nobody can tell you what you feel like. Only you can know. And sometimes we need to breathe a little through our mind, through our thoughts, through our emotions. Maybe we try searching a little bit through our body, and then eventually you just know, because you know who you are. And it doesn't have to be a big philosophical question that you need to answer. It's just being with yourself. See if you can just get a sense, a timbre, a sound, of color, just a feeling of who you are. What do you feel like? If you can't find anything, don't worry about it. You can try it again. Just approach it with a little curiosity. Where am I? Who am I? And if you like, if it helps you, you can use the image of having a little seed in your center, in your heart center maybe, or in the core, somewhere along your spine, your backbone. And just imagine that you can see this seed-like place. And see if you can see any colors, any light. Maybe you can find a smell somehow. Or maybe it just gives you an idea of something. Anything that comes to you is perfect. And just imagine that this is the essence of who you are. It contains all the information that you need to be you. And this is the divinity of you. This is where the divine comes in, because this is the connection to all the information that we need to be. That's the metaphysics of it, but you don't need to go into the mind of it. We're coming close to ourselves. You're sitting with yourself. Just sit for a moment, honoring this moment of searching within yourself or connecting within. See if you can enjoy it. If you can't find anything, then just pretend you're a child or somebody is searching for a treasure in there. Anything that comes to you. See, this was the topic. And I'm going to keep talking a little bit more, because this came to me. I had an image that was quite, not the storm, but it was quite windy here, and the sea here was quite in uproar. It was chaos. All the waves were going in all kinds of directions, and there was no smooth harmony of it, seemingly. And it occurred to me that this is kind of what's happening in the world, and particularly now these days. So many conflicts, so many things going on, such a lot of fear, a lot of oppression, aggression, trying to figure out what's going on really, what the truth is. And so we're all in inner and outer uproar. Not all of us, but many of us are. And this kind of reflected the ocean that I saw, all these waves going in all kinds of directions. We're not finding the connection in a way, and we're using our emotions, our reactions to what's going on, to react to each other and to the world, and trying to figure out what the future is going to be like, what the world's going to look like. And at the same time, we're hoping for a better place when this pandemic when we've figured out how to deal with it, when we can open up our lives again a bit more to each other. We're all, or at least many of us, are hoping for a better, more peaceful, more loving world. Okay, well, if we're going to have peace out there, these waves, they need to calm down a little bit. They need to come in sync with each other, find each other, maybe move together in different ways, different directions, maybe not all, but some. So we need to calm our own wave. And I feel that the most beautiful and probably not the only way, I don't pretend to own all the answers. I don't think anybody does. And there are many, many beautiful yogis and gurus and inspirers and teachers out there who know a lot more than I do and have traditions that they carry with them. But I think a lot of it has to do, because there's meditation and prayer in a lot of these practices. Probably most. Prayer is a kind of meditation in my view. And that also brings you closer to yourself. It brings you closer to yourself and the divine that is you, which connects you to the connection that we are and have to each other and to the whole picture and to our beautiful, beautiful earth. I love this earth. I didn't used to give her much thought until I started to do my own process of healing and growth. And now I just absolutely adore and love the essence, the feeling of this pulsating, beautiful earth that we're on. And this comes from having connected to that same sense of love in here, in my essence, which is what I think we're all made of. We have it all in here. And so when you start coming close, when you sit with yourself, and I'm going to give you two stories. One was, I was going to perform at a conference, and there was another woman there who was performing a little bit before me. And as we were sort of moving around backstage, I just suddenly sat next to her. I didn't think much of it, but I was aware that she was next on stage and that she might be a little nervous, so I just sat there. And when she got up to go on stage, she turned around, she said, "Thank you for just sitting there." That really helped. She'd been quite nervous and she was much calmer and she had a beautiful performance. I didn't do anything, I was just there with her. Sometimes we try to enforce or tell people, well, this will help, or this will help, or this. Sometimes the best thing is just to sit. And I think that goes for ourselves too. If we just sit with ourselves a little bit, just be with ourselves, honor the being that we are, honor the place that we're in, and see what happens. Sometimes, though, we have emotions that need to somehow be expressed. And we're taught, a lot of us, to repress our emotions, particularly anger, fear, grief, also joy in many places, many countries. I live in Norway. We're not the most joyous people. But I think that if you have these emotions, sometimes they're quite strong, and if we hold them back, we're going to start suffering. We're going to put it in our bodies, and the body's going to hold it, and our minds go crazy, and we lose ourselves because we reject part of who we are. So my suggestion, because I have a son who had some tantrums when he was younger, and I discovered that the only way I could help him was just to sit and let him rage. And when he was done, he was absolutely desperate for a hug, and he would come crawling up into my lap, and all I could do was hold him. I'm getting a bit emotional about this, because this is what we all need. Sorry. If you feel that you have some rage or grief, or you feel frustrated, I don't know, yell into a pillow if you can't yell out loud, or hit a pillow or something. Don't hurt yourself, and don't frighten too many people. But just be with yourself through it. Go through it, and when you're done, when you feel, oh, where did that go? Then you can hug yourself. You can embrace yourself. You can be with yourself. Sit with yourself. Give yourself that space. It's a beautiful practice, and it's a beautiful act of self-love. And this will raise your vibration, and it will bring you closer to yourself. So this is my invitation to you, simply. Just come home to yourself. And the more you do this, and the more you will start to discover that beautiful essence of yours, all your colors, and you will start to live and move from a place that is a little truer to who you are, more authentic, but also a place of love, because you're giving yourself this love. And then you lose it, and then you can come back. It doesn't matter. Every little moment matters. Every little second of just, where am I? Who am I? What does it feel like to be me? It's a kind of a meditation. It's an instant meditation, if you like. And then because the moment you ask a question, you're going to check in. And that little checking in is an alignment. That's how I see it. I see it as if you're pulling a line in. I'm sorry, Siri, my computer she thought I was talking to her, so that was a funny sound. That was just her. I'm not really interested in her at the moment. I'm here with myself, and I'm here with you. So even in disturbance, if you were disturbed, just quickly, oh, I was pulled out there. Here we are, come back here. So the pull yourself together when we're angry, it's a different pull yourself together. It's coming home. I've talked about this before, and I'm going to keep repeating it, but this was just a different view. And when I aligned in the beginning of this, or before I pressed the record button, I opened up to a way of speaking of this that I had no idea was there. But I have tried to be present through it, and I hope that you have caught something in there that might benefit you in some way. I do invite you to honor yourself enough to be curious about who you are, because you are so valuable, and you get closer to your own value, and you will know more about what is right for you, what is wrong for you. Your wave will start calming because you will move. You won't stumble on those rocks. You will be able to see them easily and move over them. And you'll find other waves that have people who've started to do on their own journey, to develop their own, to discover their own inner peace. And we will find a rhythm together. And then world peace can happen. But I believe it starts here. We can go out and fight, but ultimately coming back here, that's where the shift happens. That's where the beauty happens. That's when we can shake off all the destructive forces or energies out there. Okay. Okay, thank you. That was it for today. And I wish you a beautiful day, beautiful journey. And I hope maybe I'll see you again, or you'll see me. Feel free to leave a comment if you like. I thank you for listening. Bye-bye.